Coming in tonight, of course, there is, noise about who's going to win tonight. And we saw your tweet as far as what ESPN's panel had to say, just talking about how you guys came out and attacked everything tonight to kind of, I guess, prove that noise wrong.
I mean, we came out and I feel like just on the plane right here, you seen everybody locked in. No BS, all the way to shoot around. Guys was inside. And like I said, shoot around was great. And then it led to pregame and just the execution and the attention to detail to everything. And coaches was throwing us a lot. But at the end of the day, this is our job. So, you got to take it all in and go out and execute it. And we went and did that. This win feels really great. Not only, that we're going to the playoffs through all the drama and BS this whole season, but the fact that we controlled the game together, for the whole 48 minutes.
Also, congratulations on the birth of your daughter. But also, I'm curious, when Miami did go on that run, what worked for you guys to kind of slow them down and get the game back under control? I
appreciate you, first. And when they went on their run, it was expected, Obviously, we was, up. We had a double-digit lead for a majority of the game. So that's a great team over there led by Jimmy Butler, who I think is really underrated. He's really great. And we knew they was going to go on a run, but we knew we had to answer, and I believe we answered. We kept our poise. Everybody kept their head high, and we got a great win.
What's been the difference with Coach Snyder, and how do you guys become more consistent? You guys have been so up and down this year, not too low, not too high, but just kind of on that average kind of thing. How do you kind of – and do you see you guys kind of approaching or being better than that?
I really understand the question, but I think I got a feel for it. I'm not here to compare Coach Nate, Coach Snyder. They both play a part in us making the playoffs this year. But obviously our coach right now is Coach Quinn Snyder, and he came in with a plan that he's far from executing. He's barely been here a couple months. But he's been great, not just to a couple guys, to the whole organization, players, coaches, staff in general. So, I think just his will to want to win and just everything, his detail, and you could see the competitiveness. He's hungry. He wants it for himself, but also for his teammates first, for his players. For his players, he wants it for his bad. So. That's a guy you want to run through a brick wall for, and we're going to continue to grow. And, like I said, we got a great win, and, we're excited to lock in and get ready for Boston.
It's interesting, but that is what I asked Coach Snyder about in terms of executing the game plan per se. Obviously, you come in here on the road, and what does it mean? What stands out to you when you guys are able to execute that game plan on the road like here?
I think it shows growth. I try to look at, the teams that like the San Antonios, the Houston, the Detroits, all them guys that are really talented, but, they're young, so they're able to make mistakes and grow. I was part of something like that, which is last year. And then you look at just the other teams as you go up, and I feel like the teams above where we should be, but we weren't. We had a bumpy year. But I feel like we should be more mature, and we gave up a lot of games from not being mature. So, to go out and execute on the road, in the most important game of the season, to get to the playoffs, it just shows, that we are capable, and we got to continue to take the good and the bad and grow from it and move on.
A season-high 63 rebounds for you guys as a team. Obviously, Clint led the way with 21 of those, but I'm curious what worked for you guys as a team with kind of boxing those guys out and getting them?
Box out and go get the ball. Shout out to Clint. He's been great all year. He's a vocal guy. He's always talking. But on the glass, like I tell him, go get every single one. I'm going to try to get them if I can, but, I want you guys. I know that's where our bigs eat, so go get all the rebounds. And he was able to do that in the most important game. And, tonight, like I said, go get the ball, and we did it as a team.
What's your thought on the matchup with the Celtics?
I love it. You got guys or people, that always say, You want to play this team or you don't want to play this team. Obviously Boston's at the top because they went to the finals last year, but last year's last year. And, for me personally, I want the best. Obviously, just being competitive, and that's just how I was raised to want to play the best. And obviously they're one of the best, and it's going to be a great series, and we're going to go out and try to win the series.
Thank you, DJ.
Appreciate it.
Trae, it's hard to compare one game to a whole series, but I'm going to ask you to try. What were some of the things, other than the final outcome, that were different tonight against the Heat versus the playoff series you had with them last year?
We were just more the more physical team tonight, and that was a big emphasis tonight, just being more physical, and I think that's the main thing. We were just more physical, played faster, didn't let them really set up on defense and get on half court. We were playing more in attack mode and transition, and it helped.
You guys are 3-0 in play-in games. It's kind of a back against the wall mentality. What is it about this situation that you guys have been able to thrive?
I think it's just we all understand the moment and the time of year it is, and we know how serious this time of year has to be and locked in we have to be. So I think, credit our guys just being locked in, ready, and focused on the game plan, and understanding where people thought we could be, and not winning this game. And we just took that as motivation and went out and handled business.
Trae, in a league where people don't want to take moral victories, how important is this victory to boost morale as you look into the playoffs?
Can you repeat that question in a different way?
Well, nobody really wants to say, oh, this was a moral victory, because you want to get, consistent victories throughout your season. But when it comes to building the morale as you look into the playoffs, how important is a win like this to fuel you guys as you get into the playoffs?
It's important just because, it's another win. It's another win. We needed this to go into the playoffs. And, we didn't want to necessarily play on Friday. So it was good that we were able to get a game and be in that 7-8 game rather than 9-10 like we were last year, and handle business in the first game. And now we're back in the playoffs.
I asked Quinn the same thing. Do you celebrate tonight, or do you immediately start thinking about Saturday and the Celtics?
Nah, what's there to celebrate?
Well, you made the playoffs.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's cool. We made the playoffs. We've a couple of us on our team. I'm happy for guys like Veet, guys like Sadiq, who've never been in the playoffs, and some of the other rookies and AJ and guys who this is their first time to be able to experience the playoffs. But for me, I've been in the playoffs now 3 times, and a couple of guys have been in way more than I have. Guys like Clint, and it's cool to be in the playoffs, but you want to win games in the playoffs. You don't want to just be here. So it's important for us to be locked in. You don't celebrate after a win like this. Obviously, you're happy you won, and you're happy you're in the playoffs. But it's back to being focused on the next task.
Trae, congratulations. I'm from Argentina.
Oh.
I saw you in Messi shirts sometimes, and maybe he'll play in this city next year.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Maybe you will come to play soccer to Leo?
If he's in Miami playing soccer, we'll see. I definitely got to come to a game if we're in town or something like that. I'm a big fan of his for sure.
Any last questions?
Trae, what's been the difference with Coach Snyder in the last couple of weeks? And you guys have been kind of an up and down team this year. Is something different about this? And then what's your thoughts on matching up with Boston?
I think Quinn just brings a different speed, and he's so smart as far as like getting guys shots and making it easier for guys on the offensive end, and just so detailed to what he brings to our team, and just makes it easier for us to really go out there and just kind of just do our jobs and not necessarily think too much. And he's done a great job. Obviously, we're not perfect in where we want to be and where we will be, but he's done a great job with that. And obviously, Boston is a really good team, but I haven't really looked too far ahead. Obviously, I watched them all year playing. They've been playing really well, but I was really focused on the night and making sure we won. I know Jimmy guaranteed a dub, so I was really focused on making sure that didn't happen.
Thanks, Trae.
Got you.